another studio tour from your boy RaJuR, real deep cool, coming at y'all this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Actually, it's this afternoon, and I'd like to thank the Heavenly for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. We're about to take a tour of this place that a lot of people who visit me call it the Music Emporium. I call it the RaJporium. Here's my place. Here's my studio. This is where I make my music. And let me introduce myself a little bit more. I'm a Grammy member. I gotta say that first. I've been a Grammy member for 5 years now. I've haven't won any Grammys yet or been nominated yet, but I am a Grammy member. And what else? I've worked with major artists before. I performed. A lot of things I've done. So a lot of people don't really know a lot about me. And because I'm really getting out the fragrance game more and more into the music game, this is my opportunity to show you guys what I do, what I have, how I work, all kinds of stuff. It's not gonna be too long. I'm just gonna go through the studio, let y'all see my stuff. And also, this is for insurance purposes too, because I have to get a PAP policy. And my consultant at my insurance company said, look, I'm like, all right, well, I don't feel like writing all that down. Maybe if I did a video, you can see it all, and then I'll write down all that stuff. But anyway, here we go. Time for the tour. Hopefully y'all support me. Download some of my songs. Download an album. Download a song. I don't care. I have 4 albums out right now. Amazon, Spotify. I'm all over the place. And a lot of people try to act like I'm like a lot of people talk to me like I'm some kind of hobbyist, like I don't do anything. I'm a member of a recording academy, so I'm a professional. I've been a professional for a long time. I've already owned my own studios, and I wish some people would really realize that, but a lot don't. They look at me like, oh, you work for Sector, you just drive trains, that's all you got. You just got a whole bunch of stuff. I've done a lot. So this is my introduction to people who know me, but don't really acknowledge what I am and who I do and what I do. And then to the new people who've been checking me out, like music reviews and stuff like that, and instruments, introduction to you guys, welcome. And to those who were, into my fragrance thing, I'm doing the fragrance thing, y'all know what I do too. So you can still support. People think I'm doing a hobby thing. People are like, well, blah, 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 and it's talking. And I don't really understand what they say to me because they don't know who I am. But I'm a professional. I work with major artists. I'm a Grammy member. I'm a member of the Recording Academy. I've done a lot. I don't have to say any more except to show you my studio and how I work. Here we go. Let's go in. First of all, I need to get on this total jump. Take off your shoes when you come in my place. Plenty of racks to put them at in the corner. I got too many shoes. I need to send these to the Goodwill. Thrift store, something like that. All right, so we come in. As you can see, I'm very picky. I'm very neat too. That's the way I am. So what we're gonna do is we have 3 sections to my RaJporium. When you come in, you're gonna see the drums. Those are Roland TD17 KV, and I added some more pads myself. Then we look over here, and this is my guitar and bass collection here. I do play chess, thank you. And here's my big screen I have. It's basically a projector from my Epson projector, and it screens out. I can put the same thing on 3 screens. This screen, my regular screen, as you see I'm walking around in the video, and my screen in the studio. I can also pop everything on the same screen if I want. So, when I first got here, when I was entertaining, I used to have like fight parties and stuff like that. So people can really see the fight. They can be in this room looking at the fight, sitting here chilling. They can be right here chilling looking at the fight, or they can be back in the studio if they want to be around my equipment looking at the fight. So that's my 3 screens, okay? So let's start right here, all right? So basically, my guitar collection has grown. Every time I thought I got rid of enough guitars, I end up picking up more guitars because for me, each guitar does something differently. And for you guys who are into guitars, who have seen my collection, like, yo, man, your collection's crazy, because I don't really have I don't know. The only brand I really have a lot of, more than one, is Godin and the Warwicks. I do have those. And I didn't even like Warwicks back in the day. That's the thing about it. I wasn't even a Warwick guy. I used to look at Warwicks like, them joints ugly and blah, blah, blah. And now I got 3 of them, man. There's some beautiful basses. Not just in beauty, which is what really catches my eye. If a bass is beautiful, then I'm gonna try it. I gotta try it. Like my latest acquisition is this Carvin Icon 4 Charo walnut. And he brought this to me, man. I'm like, I gotta have that. It's beautiful. And it sounds good. And it's a really nice bass. And y'all see the Rickenbacker. Y'all see my Zeta back there. There's my Takamine B10. And I have my guitars here. So, and that's the little baby bass. That's my collar, a Journeyman, rubber string bass. I'm going to see about getting some regular strings for this today. If I can, I'll call collar. And they should have some regular strings too. All right, right on, my brother. You can check out the rest of the video later if you like. Here my guitars over here. These are Godin guitars. This is my flat 5.6. Flat, what is it? Flat 5X. So you can look these up yourself if you're interested in guitars and all this stuff. Even if you're just curious, if you're not in guitars. Flat 5X. The other one is a G&L S500 Tribute. And the other is another Godin Session Custom. Okay? B10, so on and so forth. So we'll get into the guitars. I mean, y'all have seen enough of the guitars anyway, so I'm really going over it again. Today I'm going to be testing, once I'm done, testing my MXR pedal. And I'm also going to be using the Rico sound, trying to figure out the Rico sound out of my Rickenbacker with a regular insert cable. So, and right here I have this set up. So when I'm up here performing you guys doing my one-man show, or when we finally start to go back out again, I'll be playing this particular place called Tamarindo's. This is my one-man show stuff, where I plug all my stuff up. I use my looper, and my RC3 looper, and make some music with my looper, and then I can add vocals while I'm going along. So that's my one-man show stuff over here. This is basically why this stuff is sitting here. This is the one-man show gear, okay? And you can see there's my pedals. All right. So it's my one-man show section. That's the only reason I got all this set up over here, because when I want to sit down and, I can also, make some beats, little baby beats here on this. Well, not actually, there's already beats built into the looper. And just play against them and have fun and practice at the same time, okay? Here's my camera set up, so we're going to be using that later to go over the MXR, the Rico Sound Stereo, and the Charlo. Keep on saying Charlo, because you know what I'm talking about when I say Charlo. I ain't regular like the Charlo brothers like that when it comes to boxing. My chessboard. Had this board for over 20-something years. Got it in Alpharetta, Georgia, a long time ago. All right. So now, here's my drum set. And here's my drums. And these are my TD17 KVs. I'm not going to play them. If you want to see me play them, go back to my videos. Just see how I play them, play around with them. I'm not really a really good drummer, but I know how to keep a beat. That's the main thing. As far as the guitarist and bassist, the same thing. I'm a jack of all, but a master of none. But I can produce. And I'm a Grammy member and Recording Academy member. Anyway, this is my 10.2 QSC. And I use this like when I'm going out and play. I hook this up to my pedal board, and this is how I do my one-man show with the speaker. It's also going to be a bass speaker as well. We're going to be using it as a bass speaker today. So it's also connected, again, to my one-man show, and then you can use it as a bass speaker as well. So I didn't have to buy a bass amp. And not only that, when I picked up the MXR pedal, the M80, now I got the preamp for it. Because I was using this modeling piece called the RaJuR. And this right here has different impulse settings in here. And you can set up the kind of amps you want to use with this. You can do this. So I was running my bass through this every now and then. Just to play around, you know what I mean? So that's the more RaJuR. And it's a simulator. And you can actually download other people making their own simulators and stuff like that. They call impulse responses. So that's what I use sometimes. But really, I'm going to be using this more because it's too much to get around in this. I'm sorry, I did all fast. It's too much to get around in here. So you got to go in here, and you got to press that, and you got the master, but then you hold it down, and you got to go through here, and then you press that, and you go through all the menus. You go through that menu, and then you got another menu you come down to. Press that, and now you're in this menu, and then you come back down, and that's the mic menu. And then you come back down, now you got the EQ menu. That's too much to be going through. So I do have a couple that I set up for myself that stay set up. But for the most part, that's crazy. So I just got this right here to make it easy. All right. Out of the one-man show. And now we're going to the, like I said, drums. And this is a standard set. It really just comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 pads. But I added pads. And I bought more cymbals. And, so basically it was really like bam, 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 bam. These 4. Bam, 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 bam. And then I added 1, 2, 3. I bought an extra cymbal, I think, from this guy who was selling like a blowed out HD1 set. So I took the pads and stuff that I needed off his set, including that one right there, and then I just sold the rest that I didn't need. Okay? Here's my mixer for being out here. When I have some people want to come over and play, we all gonna be plugged into this mixer, and bam, we'll go to that speaker over there, and bada bing, bada boom, we'll be jamming. know what I mean? We be jamming. So everything comes through this mixer. So it used to be back in the studio, but I'm not using it in the studio anymore. So I just brought it out here to, I guess, the section 2 of the Emporium of RaJuR music thing. That's me playing a little baby bass. I don't have that bass anymore. I read that. So now we're coming back into the studio. And again, like I said, I can have everything on the same screen. So if I want to see me, I just go here and hit my source. And I should be on the screen too. Right? Don't make me look stupid. Bam. So there I am on that screen too, back here. So again, I got 3. I hooked it up so I can have 1 source, 3 screens. But we're getting back to the Pro Tools screen. All right. Bam, it's going to pop up in a minute. It's my Pro Tools. So coming back here, oh, I forgot to turn on my baby here. This is my mastering computer when I want to master people's stuff. I use this to master people's stuff. This computer to use. I gotta put on timeout on this joint. It's crazy. Can't let y'all see my password. So this is my computer I use when I'm using Universal Audio, Twin, Duo. I use that computer just for that. And then, of course, that feeds into the system. All right, for when I'm using my mics. Now, again, what's up with homegirl here? Is she on? Oh, she on. So why ain't she on? Okay, hold on. Okay, and again, this computer, you see I'm always looking for basses and stuff. A lot of people don't hit me up. I'll get back with them. I'm busy right now. So I use this computer to do my mastering via Ozone if I want to do that. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'm going to go use Ozone 9 for my mastering, because I bought a lot of plugins for this thing, or am I going to use Logic to do my mastering? I use Logic 2 and then bring the plugins from Ozone into Logic and do my my mastering too. And I'll be mastering my own stuff mainly. People want me to do their stuff, I do their stuff, but I'm really just here for my stuff, all right? So since we aiming back here, let's go back to the vocal booth. All right. By the way, that's me. Yeah, that's me, RaJuR. Cool. And this is my first album I ever put out, called Train Line. I put the album out in 1998. That's my first album I put out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we this is not a hobby. We are professionals here. Anyway, we got a lot of people think, like I said, think I'm a hobbyist, but I'm a professional. I've been a professional. But a lot of people don't want to realize that because, you know, people just, y'all know what we call them. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we have my microphones back here. I may sell this one today. This is my TLM 103. Somebody has been bugging me about, and I can use the dollars really to pay for these basses I've been buying really, but I really don't want to get rid of it because a lot of people like this. So I might get a client like, you got the TLM 103. Bam! As soon as I sell it, I'm gonna have a client that want to play with it. This is a blue woodpecker ribbon microphone that takes 48 volts. That's the thing about it. Most ribbon microphones, you can't put 48 volts on them. This bad boy, you put 48 volts on it, and it's nice and warm. This is my CV. Where's my other mic? Where's my other mic? Oh, there it is. I'm about to say I must have left it over Guitar Center. I was about to have a fit. This is my CV12 made by Aventone, and it's the same mic that Taylor Swift uses, but she did modifications on hers. Even though she can get the real thing if she wants. What's going on, Asaw? She can get the real thing if she wants. She don't have to get a CV12. She can just get a C12 if she wants. If Brian McKnight haven't bought up all them bad boys, because Brian McKnight loved some C12s, and the C12s go anywhere from now, since he done hyped them up, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. If you get the older one, it costs more. If you get the newer one, it don't cost as much, because the older one got the juice. So this is a copy of the C12 by AKG. This is the one that Taylor Swift uses. I had it modified. All right, my other mics are down here, and I got a couple mics down in there, another mic down in there, another mic over there. So, and this is my control back here. So, when I'm doing my own thing back here, I can control everything I'm gonna do back here because, bam, my Pro Tools screen is right back here. So we can just go close this door. That's the studio. See studio? Say bye studio. Bye. Now we're back here, and if I have a vocalist back here too, I can say, well, look, I'm gonna punch you in right here, and out there you'll see me moving my mouse around, right? Punch you in right here or whatever, you know. I may click. Okay, we're gonna punch in right here, bam, and I'll let them see me doing this. That way they can get an idea instead of them kind of working in the blind. They're like, okay, we starting from there. Yeah, we starting from there. And they'll see it on the screen just like I see it. So I've always had dual monitors in my setup because I know I work by myself. You know, I'm an engineer, I'm a producer, I'm my instrumentalist. I do everything. So I need to have a setup that I can always work on my own. And my other studio was the same thing. I had a TV screen in the back, I had a monitor out front, and then bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so that's Pro Tools, and this is my controller by Behringer, the X Touch One. They need to upgrade this. Hold on, they need to do a little bit better job with this. It's a nice piece, and it does what it does. It controls. I can play, and the thing will play. We got there. We can stop. It to stop. It does that, but it needs to do more. And I haven't used it in a while, so I forgot what it needs to do to make me happy. But it has something to do. Oh, it doesn't punch in and punch out. I can start it, but I can't stop it. There's something it does that just gets on my nerves. So I just use my mouse to start and stop, which is kind of crazy when you're doing vocals, and then you gotta be worrying about, okay, I want to stop right here, and I gotta hit stop, or I just let it run, and then I chop it off. Everything I do more than I want to do. Okay, so that's the vocal booth with the purple. The ladies like purple in the vocal booth. Bye. Who's that guy right there? Oh, that's me again. Oh, I can draw a little bit too. I'm a little bit of an artist. So I drew this one day while I was doing a video, and here's all the people that was there when I drew it online with me. Christian Lasaw, Joy Ray, She Black, Tiff was there, Feats was there, Notice Barry, G Holt. I think Asaw was probably here too. And I did this one I did this drawing, 4/10/19, seems like ages ago. And that was me drawing while I was sitting here doing the video. Okay? All right. See? So I got a little talent. I can do a little drawing. I went to art school a long time ago. I went to art school when I was from the ages of maybe 7 to 8. I went to art school. And I got another friend that can attest I can do some art too, because I drew a couple pictures for her and her fragrance collection, stuff like that. Anyway, so basically I have my analog synths over here, except for that one. That's more of this is a digital synth, but it's nice. It's one of my favorite synths, actually. And so I got a Prophet 8, made by Dave Smith, of course. People who are in instruments know about that bad boy. We got the Deep Mind 6. A lot of people don't. Deep Mind 6 is cool. Behringer did a good job with this, TC Electronics. And it's also, yes, an analog synth. It's real cool. You can't hear it because I don't have anything on. But something's going on. Oh, I hit something. Now everything is going off. Hold on a second. Yeah, I hit it has a whatchamacallit in it. It has a sequencer in there. So you're just hearing the sequencer playing. I'm not sure which one though, because both of them have a sequencer. The D-Mind 6 have a sequencer. Yes, that's the D-Mind 6 here, so you got to turn it off when you don't want to use it. And this has a sequencer too. And this is called the Micro Freak. When I heard this, man, I had to have the Arturia Micro Freak. I'm like, yo, this joint is off the chizzy for all it does, man. And like I said, it's a arpeggiator and all this stuff as well, okay? All right, and we got my man here with some Jergens. That's kind of weird. The executive producer got a bottle of Jergens between his legs. Dog, yo, man, you better not be like, you know what I'm saying, when I ain't here, dog. Anyway, so we have my first rack here. I bought this rack last year or the year before last. Last year is such a blur, man, when it comes to business here in the studio and whatever. But again, for the people who think I'm an amateur and I'm just doing this for a hobby, you're learning today. You're going to learn today, okay? All right, so basically, I have my digital MPA2, and I've been using this for like, I wouldn't use this for my microphones. Even though I'm sure it probably sound decent, but it wouldn't sound the way to the standards I would like. I got more expensive stuff for my microphones. But I use this rack when I want to plug guitars in, basses in. These are all direct in, so you can see they have instrument inputs. So I use that. If I want to get a little tube, got an extra 12AX7 in there. I might change the tube out one day. Doubt it, but maybe. Here we have my Phoenix Audio Nimbus, which is another DI box. So all these I basically use for DIs. And this one is underrated. The Tampa M Audio, man, this thing sounds good. Sounds good. And it has compressor built in. Both of these have compressors built in. The Nimbus doesn't. And here's my hub, my Thunderbolt hub for my Thunderbolt computers. So, and then we have our headphone jack, our headphone amp. And here we have our Focusrite Sapphire. Now, I use this, man, I told people don't call me while I'm doing videos, man. Hold on. The doggone scam. Can't stand that, man. I should have turned the airport on or whatever it is, but no, we ain't doing that because it'll mess something else up. So this is my Sapphire for this side. As you can see, it's I use this for when I'm doing when I'm mastering. I have two of these, and I can get better, but I like this. I like the quality of this. It's not
you know, a $5,000, antelope or anything like that interface, but it does the job for me. And as you see, I have two plugs plugged in because I have everything that's running out from out there in the bass room and what's called is coming into my mixer and right into here. So if somebody want to play the drums and we want to record the drums in the Pro Tools, we can do that. Cause bam, we got it coming right back here. Okay. All right. Now, the Master Control Center, of course, is Pro Tools. Pro Tools 9. Yeah, I'm not using 12. I'm not spending all that money. I can get the job done. I done did a bunch of albums with Pro Tools 8, 9, 7. I know people ain't did no albums and they got 12. So that goes to show you. You can have all the updated stuff you want. If you ain't dropping albums, you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I'm a member of BMI, okay? Broadcast Music Institute, whatever it is. BMI, I'm a BMI writer, publisher, and producer as well. So I'm with BMI. I keep forgetting BMI, right? BMI, Recording Academy, and Grammy member. What else do I need to do? I don't know, but people think I do this. Anyway, so now, again, we have my isotope from when I mastered some stuff, and I can just bring in the file. Y'all know how to do it. If the guys who know how to use this know how to use it. You go here, you grab a file, you say, create a new project, or you can audio. I grab some audio from where. Let's see if I grab this right here. I don't even know what it is. I grab it, open it up. It's gonna load into the Yamin, and bam. And now, if I want to master that and make that sound better, I got all these other tools I can use. Y'all know what Isotope 9 is. I'm going to explain all that. Apollo Twin, and then here we have the Claret Dupree. Both sound really good. I really like this on bass and guitars, too, as a DI. Because it's warm. I'm surprised how warm this was. Really warm piece. I really dig it. And here we have, of course, the Apollo Twin Duo, Mark II. And right now, the TLM 103 is plugged in there. And then it outputs to here as well. So yeah. Y'all can see me talking. All right. And here we're using this plugin. I'm not buying a whole bunch of these plugins. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not buying all these plugins for Universal Audio. They want too much money, man. I don't know what they think they are. There's people that make good plugins, but you can't use them in here. You only can use their plugins in their software. Well, I guess that's the way it goes, right? Yeah. But anyway, I only bought that just to work with this. So I got the program. I also have the other program. They got the software program, but I'm not using that. I'm using what's gonna get my albums done, and that's Pro Tools. Down here, I have one of my synthesizers. That's a Behringer piece too. This is called the Model D. It was made after the Moog Model D, or to imitate the Moog Model D at 30 times less the cost. So this is like 300. Actual Model D that Moog makes is somewhere around $3,000 to $4,000, depending on the condition. So we ain't getting down like that. My speaker system is very simple. I use some JBL's LSR 25s from way back in the day. These speakers are old as crap. They're old as crap. You feel me? Old as crap. But I use them, you know what I mean? Because, it's just like people use NS10s. NS10s are horrible. But people still use them because you figure if you can get something to sound good on a pair of NS10s, then you straight. And that's all that's about. So I'm just going to turn on something. No. Let me make sure I don't blow nothing out. I have so much stuff going on back here. Sometimes I got to make sure I don't mess up. So here I use my Elises. This is how I put all my music on my Elises. And sometime this year, I got to clear off all the stuff I have on here. I got so many files on here. It's like a 40 gig hard drive in there full of music, man. All my albums, all the other people's projects, still in here. And as you can see, page right there. And you can do a lot with this. If you just had this, it's like, that's why they call it the master link. Elise's master link. Because there are a lot of tools in here digital that you can master, like EQ, compression, all that stuff you can do right inside this box. And if you look it up, it was this man who worked with Michael Jackson named Bruce Sweetian. And Bruce Sweetian, when this first came out, Bruce Sweetian, he used to carry this around underneath his arm. He used to take this to studios with him. I still have mine. I've had this for about 15 years. Maybe 10, 12. I've done like 5 albums, 6 albums on this joint. Alright. Here I have my Focusrite ISA 220. This is a mic pre. So you plug the mic in it, you go down here, you see it says mic, right? If you need 48 volts, my ribbon mic is plugged in here now, so I can safely turn on the 48 volts. And now you hear me talking, even though that mic is way back there. It's not the Taylor Swift mic, it's the ribbon mic. You can hear me get down and talking there. Alright? This is my HD converter. It stopped working. I used using this as my HD converter to bring instruments in, microphones in. but I don't use it anymore. I now use this because this has an A-to-D card on the back. So not only do I get the add, compression, and de-essing and all this stuff I like with this, but EQ, I just let it go through butt naked, and then I'll let it come back out. I might process a vocal, the lead vocal through this on the way out. But on the way in, no compression, no de-essing, nothing. You just get it right. You pick the mic right pre, the right mic pre, and you get it done. All right. Rest in her spirit, Karen Lorraine Bell. That's my baby right there. I miss her much. I gotta shout her out because she's right there. She stays right there in the studio. I got a wireless setup here too, a Bluetooth setup, so I can have anything that's coming out my studio go through this Bluetooth to my Bluetooth speakers I have in the living room. Pretty cool, right? I think I paid like $39 on Amazon for that joint, and it's almost 1 o'clock. All right. So here we have my effects. So we have TC Electronics, the M1 XL. This means it's the XLR version. And I don't use this that much, man. You know what I mean? Because I use the lexicons more than I use this. But you know, I you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I play with it every now and then. It does a little. It got some good reverbs in there. All right. And down here we have the patch bay. We have the AT&T Bell Atlantic patch bay. Oh, don't forget about the SR3030. I use that every now and then. That's plugged into the system. I might want to run like a guitar through it before I put it into the system. That's patch bay. We got another digital patch bay. So this is my digital patch bay down here because RCA, of course. I got a Digimac FX. That's my other Sapphire. I also got the Yamaha. This started acting funny. It's real. This thing, the A to D conversion in this is unbelievable. That's why I bought it. But it started acting up, so I had to stop using it. It wasn't holding its own when it came to how many tracks I can do at one time. But the Sapphire does perfectly. I got an old school compeller down there by Aphex. So it's like a compressor, but it's compeller is an expander. It's pretty nice. And here I have a Behringer compressor. I've had that for years. Some people can talk about what Behringer does, what it doesn't do, and all that stuff, and how garbagey it is. But let me tell you something right now. There's my lights. I'm gonna turn the lights on. You know what I mean? Lights on. Got lights coming up. Oh, ain't no light that one. That's the lights I need to see. Because sometimes I need to look down here and see stuff. And I got a light here too. My power supply is the Monster Power, and that is the Pro 3500. And that runs most of the stuff around here. You know what I mean? I got 2 power supplies. They both, one's Monster and one is Furman. All right. Now this rack is where the beef is. This is my 500 series racks, and as you can see, they're made by Rupert Neve. And basically, what we have here, we have the Lindo audio. I gotta get to learn that because everybody wants to buy this from me. I bought it because I heard it was hot. I really don't like I don't know how to use it that well. I keep it real with you, man. I got a lot of gear. I gotta learn how to work all of this. And I kind of like touch and go with that. The Midas 512s, you can barely find those. Made by Midas. The 4-band EQ. Look at all that. That's a lot of work. But you'll get it right when you're done. Okay? And now we got my mastering rack and my mic pre-rack. So here we have an RPQ 500. Then we got the Neve 511. And we got my SB 4001. So when I'm getting ready to master my stuff, it runs through this and the Elysia envelope. This is an EQ, but it's also a transit designer. So it does 2 things at once. You can either attack transits, or you can either EQ with it. 2-band, 2 bands, somewhat parametric, I would call it. Frequency A, frequency B. But you also have sustain, and you have attack. That's for the envelope, when you want to do some transient stuff. So it's very versatile. Spend a lot of money for that. And Serpent Audio, which is here in Pennsylvania, not too far from me. The SB101 stereo compressor. This thing right here is a beast. You got a blend knob, which is what you really want. So see how much compression you want and how much you don't. Unbelievable. That thing is the bomb. So we're going to get to doing stuff. When we get done this album, the last part of my album, everything goes right through there. Right through there to right here, and from here to wave files. All right? I don't record my audio in the Pro Tools. No, I mean, I don't care what Pro Tools would be. My audio go right in this bad boy right here, and then we dump it for an album. All right? Wave files. Put it on a CD. That way it's always kept. All right? Because a lot of people only deal with CDs. A lot of people don't deal with like wave files. I mean, it's starting to more now, but it wasn't doing it back in the day when I was dropping albums. But I like this, and I can do wave files, so we have both, right? All right, MIDI timepiece. This is the thing where people are like, man, you using MIDI? Yes, I'm not using USB MIDI. I'm using this MIDI. I had these things for about 20 years. MIDI Express MIDI timepiece. I've done all 8 of my albums on this bad boy right here. 8 albums I've done with these 2 bad boys. And I never let my system go, because it's all about making the music. I don't care what kind of equipment you have. You can have the best freaking equipment in the world. All albums aren't hits. How many songs on the album? 10 to 15. How many hit? 2. You still use all that expensive equipment though, right? But only 2 hits? Stop playing. I'm economical. The Aphex 204, this don't going up in price. I bought this like 200. This thing is well worth more than that. Everybody loves this because it has bottom, also has auto exciter built in instead of buying 2. This is an old goodie but goodie right here, Phantom XR. I bought this from a friend of mine. Got some sounds in it, some pretty nice sounds in it. So let me hit that. This guy decided to do a track today. Then we got my old sampler. I don't use it for sampling, but this is a K2000R. It got like 2 or 3 sounds I like in there. It's probably more, but that's what I use. And here comes the beef right here. This is what makes everything sound good. RME, some of the best converters in the world. And actually RME is on Steinberg as well. Steinberg and RME work together on some things. And here we have my Apogee clock. This clocks everything in the studio. So if anything's digital in the studio, the Apogee clock takes care of Big Ben. She's been around with me for a while, or he is a Ben, right? Well, Bonita, Big Bonita, she's been here for a while. So I heard some other clocks out there, Lucid, Antelope. There's a lot of clocks out there, RME clocks, but I like this. It does the job. How many albums I put out? I got 4 out on the market. I've done 8. I don't have any hits. But I haven't done 1,000 albums and not have any hits. You know what I mean? Like some people have. Planet Fat, X5050, y'all know those who got into the gear. We got the Proteus 2000. My Korg Rat cooked out on me. I bought this in Virginia probably about 10 years ago. It don't work anymore. I use this Digio 2. I was using that for Logic in my other computer that I'll show you guys. That's what I was using that for, but I really don't use Logic in the other computer anymore. But that's what I was using that for, to bring Logic out of my other computer and bring that into the system via FireWire. Of course, MPC-1, I use that for sounds. I don't produce on it. I ain't into it. I just like the sounds. I load up a freaking drum kit, bam, and we use it on the baby. This baby has made 6 albums with me. The MPC 2000 XL. Everybody's used it. From Just Blaze to Kanye, all the hit makers at one time have used the MPC 2000 XL. That's why I'm making it. Well, I make hits. I might not make hits on the radio, but I make hits. I make my hits. Gotta have a turntable back here. Somebody, yo, man, I heard a sample. I want to sample something from a joint. Bam, there it is. Now I gotta get another converter for this so I can get those samples in. So right now we couldn't even hear this because it's not plugged in anything. So I'll probably do that maybe today. I don't know. But as far as I think I know, I'm off till like 4 o'clock tomorrow. So we can get some stuff done. Here's my other computer. This one controls everything when I'm making songs. Here's the modules. And they're hooked up via MIDI. So when I want to change the sound, I just go right there and change the sound. So I'll show you. I'll go right here. You're like, man, I want a piano sound. Well, shoot, I ain't going through that module, start going through all them sounds. I'll go here, sound, click up. I'll go over here, go through the banks, find the sound. What you want? You want an early K sound? Cool. Pick it, bam. And that sound is now here on my what you call it? This is my master controller. So that's MIDI channel 9. So MIDI channel 9, 5, 6, 15, and 16 comes through here. Then I all played patched in right now because I had to redo the studio and repatch. But this is what I use for my controller. All my controlling is done right here, back here in the studio from this baby. I had my baby for about 10 years and she's been very reliable for me and I thank her very much. We had a Micron. This bad boy is so tasty. And I bought this for 80 bucks. People are trying to get like $400 for this thing. They don't make this technology anymore. At least start making keyboards. Man, this right here, the Micron, look it up. It is a beast. I'm glad I got it for $80 too. Over here we have the Logic computer. It's not Logic anymore. But this computer I used to use Logic, right? And I gotta set it up again. But basically what you see now is Ozone 9. But I used to use this computer to run Logic because I want them Logic sounds too, right? So I bought the Logic sounds out of my Mac Mini, right? Firewired into the Digio 2, bam, Digio 2 into the system, and now I'm getting the Logic sounds. Because for me, I can never have enough sounds. Now for me, I usually use a base of sounds, like the keyboard and the bass. That's my bass sounds. I know what I'm gonna use there. Everything else, I have no idea what I'm gonna use. All right. Here's my other computer that just controls that. So this computer controls, that's all that computer's there for. To help me change sounds using this right here to change the sounds in my modules. That's what that's for, right? And then we have the Mini-Me, which is going to be used and can be used with Isotope 9, which will run into that bad boy right there. And I can, to Digio 2. Man, there ain't no quality. There ain't no quality. And if I want quality, I go over here to these joints. I just got that in there. But when I'm using sounds from Logic, I'm not really worried about quality. I'm worried about the sounds. You know what I'm saying? So I got to hook my hard drive up to get that Logic back up and running because I turned it on and Logic ain't showing up in none of my hard drives. I got like 3 hard drives hooked up to this, you know what I mean? And, well, Raj, how do you load up the sounds from your drums on here? Yes, SCSI. I'm still using SCSI. SCSI. Never went USB. I'm using SCSI. And here's my SCSI drive. There's one right there I get the sounds from. My SCSI hard drive is right there. They got a whole bunch of sounds on it. And I got my CD-ROM. So if somebody want me to import something from a CD, I put in that bad boy right there. Open up, baby. Don't show off. It's probably not on. It's on. Should be on. Don't be embarrassing me in front of my people. Here we go. So we'll put a CD in there, like they want to sound off a CD. Put the CD in there, right? You know what I mean? Bam. As you see, what's in there is Raj joint. And then you put it back up in there, right? And then I go here on my machine, and when I want to put a sound in there, I just access the CD. Holla at your boy. Or, well, CD mostly. I can't save any files on it. It doesn't burn. So yeah, so that's it. So that's my studio. And by the way, that's my KRK back there for my sub. And I got a switch here, whereas I can switch the sub in. So if I want to hear the sub, I can switch it out. Now the sub is in. If I want the sub out, take the sub out. See what I'm saying? Hold on. There we go. Sub is now out. So it's just those. Pick it again. Sub is in. Okay? And we also have these sets of Audio Engine 2 Pluses, I think they call. And I got them up there too. First they weren't there. They was actually over here. So I can hear stuff over there. But I decided I sold my Yamaha HS5s. And I'm cool, man. I can monitor on these right here. Plus, I'm using a software that I can monitor through my headphones also. So when I get to getting busy, I'll be using my headphones monitoring, using my HD Sennheisers because they're very flat. But the thing about the program that I'm using, what you doing? The thing about the program that I'm using is, there you go. The program that I'm using is, what it does is flattens out the sound that you get through the headphones. So you plug the headphone, and then what it does is, it seeks the headphone out, and you plug the headphones that you're using, and then it uses the algorithm to flatten the headphones out. Therefore, you're getting the sound of the music right through those headphones accurately and flat. Because we don't have a lot of soundproofing in here. It's just, it doesn't look like I'm doing something. But if I really want to get down, I can use the headphones. But I know my room. I know how this sounds when it sounds good. Because the first thing I do, I put a reference CD in, right? So I'll throw a reference CD into here, and I'll go back and forth. I'll listen to my CD, and then I'll listen to the reference. I'll listen to my CD, I'll listen to the reference. I'll just go back and forth on this joint until I get kind of close to where the other CD sounds. Then there's other programs that do that. You put the CD in there. This program does it. You can put the CD in there, and it'll analyze the EQ and everything from a CD or a WAV file, and then you can match that WAV file right to your music. But I don't do it like that. I do it the hard way. All right, which is I go over here to this baby. Oh, I ain't even talk about my homegirls right here. This is a mic pre. This is the most desired A Designs P1. Everybody want that. You ain't getting mine because that joint is popping off. Right now I got basses running through it. I got a DI. I can run a bass or guitar through it. Or I can just run a microphone through it. Right now, the Taylor Swift microphone is in here. So Taylor's in here right now. All right, how's bye. And here's my Kush audio joint. This is an EQ. This EQ is hot. People want to buy that from me too. Because you can't even find these. Ain't nobody selling them. It's called the Electric. You can't look it up on eBay. You're not going to find this. It's called the Kush. And that's my thing, man. I try to buy stuff that people don't have, man. Because I want my stuff to be totally different. different sounding than anybody else's studio, and that's what I do. Here we have my Express. I used to have a lot of amps, but I just narrowed it down to one, my Express 550 Plus. This bad boy does the job. I can either have it sounding nice and clean, or I can go to the Crunch channel and make that boy boom bang, or I go to the Burn channel on the second channel and make it bang. And you pick what you want, your EQ settings, all that stuff. Of course, it's two. Bada bing, bada boom. So you got the two running in the back. Got about 4,000 or 5,000 twos back there. I don't know. I ain't look. All I know is it sound good. It's amazing. And right here, I use this mic, which is the 309 Sennheiser E309. I use that, the mic, the amplifier when I'm ready to go and hit that Yamin on the holler at your boy. We got an old MXR joint back here. My boy John Winder let me check out the Phase 100. This bad boy is worth like $400 now. He probably paid $79 for this back in 1975. This is worth $400 now. Really nice. I usually probably use that on the bass from time to time. Might plug a bass in there and use that, but other than that, I don't even really mess with it. I only use that when it's time to really use that joint. And then here's my user guide for my mixers. These are WR DA7 mixers. And I have them cascaded together. So when I do one thing on the masterpiece, this is the master one. When I move the faders around, they all move. How you doing? And how you doing? And how you doing? I don't know what's up with that joint. You know what? Because it wasn't set to be down there. Okay, here we go. They hit the buttons. Bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying? Bars. And you have different banks. So this is my digital bank right here. So all my digital stuff happens. And as you can see, we got signal coming through there through ADAT. It's actually coming through coming from my what's it called? I got that A to D and into there, so if I want to hear it, I can hear it in that channel over there if I need to hear it. Also, what comes through this channel is this bad boy. So we hit monitor, we turn it up. Go ahead, power line, turn it up, and you can see we got that coming through here as well. So if I want to hear the mic coming through here, I can. If not, if I'm just playing around, just checking out mics, or if I want to use it to go into the system, then it comes out of here, right? It goes into the patch bag. Then we patch it where we want to patch it to. More likely, it's going to get patched into there, which is going to end up in Pro Tools A to D. I can explain this stuff all day, baby, because this is what I do. I've been doing this for years. How about your boy? RaJuR really cool. In this studio, I got to get ready to go, man. Gonna get ready to get dressed. Got to iron some clothes. I'm washing clothes. I'm actually washing clothes. I'm washing clothes. It's my day off. I moved yesterday, so I can have all day off. I'm looking forward to this afternoon. Go get some little grub. And this is my studio. Here it is. Cables, all kinds of stuff. I got cables all over the place, man. There's so many cables in this place. I'm trying to sell some cables. Got so many cables. But this is my studio. So look around one time. Next time you see me back here, I'm going to be making a track. Because that's what I do. I make them tracks. I'll let you boy. So we get ready to leave back out. You ready to go back out the door. Get out. Turn off that. You're going to turn this off. Because a lot of juice. A lot of tubes in there. And we're going to shut down some of them too. I'm not getting ready to do anything right now. I just turned on everything so y'all can see what's going on, all right? You have any questions about producing? You have any questions about how to hook up your studio? You want to get some from me? Because I'm more, you might listen to a pro. You be like, well, I can't relate to him. He's using jibbity jab and jabbity jib. Man, I'm pro, but I'm that kind of pro that I go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I have to learn this stuff for real, for real. I'm my own producer. I write my own music. I play all my own instruments. You might want to holler at me. Let me help you out, teach you how to play something. I had a friend of mine who's going to be teaching me how to play guitar too. And my coworker wanted me to teach her daughter how to play guitar over Zoom. I don't know anything how to use Zoom. I know how to use this stuff. I don't know anything about no Zoom, zippity Zoom, and zip zapping and slapping and zapping. Y'all know I'm funny, right? Y'all like, all right, we out of here. Oh, I forgot to show y'all. And if I want, like, if an artist want to come over here, and they might want to deal with weighted keys instead of the keys I got back there for the Yamaha with the synth keys, we can hook this up and they can come out here and play, and we can still pipe out the sound to the headphones so they can hear what's going on, because we have a headphone amp out here, and you got 4 headphones I can put in here. So we got those in there, those are hooked up, and 2 others. So if we have 4 people in here, they all be able to hear themselves in the system coming from the studio. What more you want me to do except play the guitar in Guitar Center? You know what I mean? They Guitar Center was bare. That's some bare Guitar Center. So anyway, y'all, thank y'all for taking the tour with me, man. Hope y'all have a super duper day, man. I'm getting ready to, once I iron my clothes and everything, get myself set for this afternoon, I'm going to stay in these clothings. And I'm going to come here. So look out for my video. I'm going to be doing
the MXR situation, and we're gonna use MXR. You know what? I should use one of my 9-volt cables to be plugging it in instead of running the battery out, right? So now I gotta go and find a 9-volt cable. I know I got one laying around, which will come out my pedal power joint right there. So we're gonna be talking about the Carvin today and how to tame that beast, because this thing is loud, it's a beast. And that's another good reason to have that pre, because this is too loud, but then the Rickenbacker is not loud enough. Go tell it. The what you call my Spectre, loud. The Zeta, they're loud too. But my baby right there, the bleach blonde, baby boo, she ain't that loud. So you got different volumes on this stuff. So it'd be good to have a pre down here, because I was using this on my one-man show. Like if I'm going out somewhere, I probably would use this to do my sound, even the bass. But this is really made for bass, so I probably would take that with me and plug it into this system right here when I'm doing my one-man show. Which is probably what we do today, huh? Close? No. All right, we out of here, y'all. Talk to y'all later. RaJuR will be cool. Get ready to head out the door. Y'all want to go with me? We're going to back out. We're going to go and check these clothes in the washer to see if it's dry. Showing them dry, dog. Because I got to fold them clothes like a mug. I got like a ton of whites I got to fold up. I like wash clothes every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You coming out into my joint. I wash clothes every 2 weeks, man. Maybe more than that. You know what I mean? Because I figured, it's just like back in the day when I used to have hair. Man, I let my hair grow out. I'm going to make that barber pay. If I got to pay a barber to cut my hair, he going to pay. So now we're here. Yeah, washing and dryer room. I got to get some stuff out. I hope they dry. I'm thinking of it. Yeah, I'm taking you all around all my business, man. Get out my business. I got drawers, man. Washing drawers, dog. Doing drawers. Yeah, they dry. I'll get them later when I need them. I'm out, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for checking out my studio. RaJuR will be cool. I'll keep it real. From the studio to the washing machine room. I'm out, man. Take care of yourself. Be well. Don't forget, support me. Support my Patreon, which I'm going to set up. It's going to be RaJuR will be cool on Patreon. And download some music, man. I think y'all like me. Plus some fun, right? Forget about the stuff. This is music. I'm out later.